Do you feel like you've lost your way? Are you overwhelmed and anxious on a daily basis? Do you feel like you're too stressed out to enjoy life? If so, you've landed in the right place. The Gratitude to Bliss show is about stressing less and feeling blessed. It's about figuring out what matters most, letting go of what doesn't, and creating a life that makes you feel happy and alive. I'm Lorraine Miller, mom, health coach, award-winning author, infertility survivor, and recovering stressaholic. And I'm on a mission to help you overcome overwhelm, improve your health, and find your bliss. The best part? It's so easy to get started. The Gratitude to Bliss show starts now. Hello and welcome to the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host, and I have a really special episode for you today. Today, I am joined by my niece, Rosabella. Hi, Rosabella.
Hi.
And we're talking about how gratitude can help make 2025 awesome. Gratitude is an amazing tool to have in your toolbox as you go through life on your journey. And the new year is such a great time to really create a powerful practice. And we're going to talk about how gratitude plays a role in creating the things that you want in your life. So, before we get started, Rosabella, just tell everyone about you and the kinds of things that you enjoy doing.
Well, I'm Rosabella. I am 13 years old and I enjoy acting and performing. And so at my school, I do a lot of acting and performing. I'm currently in the Adams family. I play an ancestor. And I also do Bay News Now at my school, which is our news show. So we play it every morning in every class. So everyone knows what clubs are after school, basically all the news that has to do with the school.
It's amazing. And then tell us a little bit more about the different kinds of acting that you do and the shows that you've been in the past.
Well, as I said already, I'm currently in the Adams family, and I usually just do musical theater, but I believe it was, yeah, about a month ago, I started doing my first play, and it was Clue on stage.
Yes, and you had multiple parts, speaking parts in
Yes.
that play. I was so proud of her. And Rosabella really just has this amazing sense of positivity, which is why I wanted to bring her on today. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Um, so Rosa, tell us, what does it mean to be grateful?
I think it means to always know, like, the, oh, always be content with what you have and never, need or want more.
I love that. So focusing on what you have
Hmm.
so that you don't need to want more or feel like you need more.
Yes.
And I think when we were talking earlier, you said don't take things for granted, right?
Yeah. And to not take things you have for granted because other people don't really have them.
Hmm. I love that. So, why is it important to be grateful?
I think it's important to be grateful because of what I just said earlier, so that you never feel like an emptiness inside of you. You're always content with what you have, and you never feel spoiled or anything. And you just sort of overall feel more positive.
Hmm. Yeah. A- And when you're not, because when you are taking things for granted and you have, like you said, that emptiness, then you're also kind of leaving yourself open to feeling like you never have enough. Like
Yeah.
there's always a need, there's always lack, there's always more that you want, and then you never you may accumulate more things, but if you're not appreciating them, then what's the point, right? Like you're not getting that satisfaction from them. So I think that really makes a lot of sense. Um, so what have you found that helps you to feel grateful?
Well, I've been writing in my little gratitude to bliss journal right here. And every day, well, every night, I should say, like right before I'm about to go to bed, I always write 5 things that I'm grateful for that day. And so usually, so I have a sort of like a little system where the first thing that I write always has something to do with my day. So that's why I always do it at night and not in the morning. Cause, cause I think about like what my favorite part of the day was, and I kind of write that down. Like, there's one day where I went holiday shopping, and shopping is actually one of my favorite things. So I put that down for like my first thing was I was grateful for holiday shopping. And then I write for 2 and through 5, I write like I'm grateful for things that I'm grateful for every day. Like my family and friends, my happiness and love, and like my home and stuff like that.
That's so nice. And then um, do you ever get stuck like coming up with things to be grateful for?
There was I think it was about like around like 3 days where I was having pretty bland days. Like I just didn't really have much to put for the number one. And so I would usually just split up. Like I would put family at number one and then friends at number two. And I would like still try to be grateful for those things that I'm able to be grateful for every day.
That's really great. Yeah, you when you have even when you feel stuck, you can always find something,
Yeah.
right? I think that's really, really great. Um, and so what do you think are some of the benefits of being a grateful person?
Some of the benefits are definitely like feeling more positive overall and just being very like full and content with life and um just yeah, feeling more positive and like you can actually become more of an optimist with being grateful. Like if something bad happens, like then you can always think of like, okay, well, like this bad thing happened, but then this good thing happened today. So it was a good day.
Oh, yeah, I love that. That's like it's like a strategy for your mindset.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of flip the switch so
Hmm.
that you don't fall down into that emptiness feeling. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. And is it easy to do or is it sometimes hard
Um,
to do?
it definitely depends on like what happened that day because you also can't be saying to yourself that like every day has to be a great day because there are definitely going to be days where like it might be super rainy or just like whatever that you don't especially like and then you might get like a flat tire or something. Like there are little things, but if like a lot of them happen at once in one day, then you can say to yourself like, okay, today was a bad day, but then hopefully tomorrow will be better.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's how you do it. That's how you keep yourself in a positive place, but still acknowledging, okay, something bad happened, something didn't go the way I wanted it to. You can still be disappointed.
Yeah. So definitely don't like push positivity on yourself all at once. And it definitely takes time to um try to change your point of view and be more of an optimistic person.
It takes time. So it takes patience with
Yes.
yourself. Yeah. And a lot of people talk about this toxic positivity. Like you can't just fake it all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're talking about. Like allow yourself the time and space to feel the disappointment. And even if you feel discouraged, but just using gratitude as a way to contain it. It sounds like what kind of works for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's really important for people to hear because not everyone is naturally positive. Like you have this gift that you are, in general, a very positive, uplifting person, and you're excited about things. Like you mentioned shopping. I love taking you shopping because you just have so much fun, and we have so much fun together. Um, Not everyone has like that energy for life. So, but hearing you say that it's okay to, not always feel that way, but
Yeah.
to be able to look for things to be grateful for and
Mhm.
feel positive about can really help. That's awesome. And let's talk a little bit about your acting, and how, because I've seen you, I've known you your whole life. And I've seen you like a few years ago start to have an interest in acting. And you were very shy. I mean, I was very shy as a young girl too. And now you've just like grown into this performer who's so confident and so comfortable on the stage. And I just love seeing that transformation in you. So, what are some of the things um, what are some tips you could give other people who maybe want to do acting or public speaking, or they just want to feel more confident? Like, what do you do to overcome that stage fright and that nervousness?
Um, well, first out, I just wanted to say I think acting is very great because it's it's a great way to meet new people because I think the acting community and like especially the Broadway community, so like the musical theater community, everyone's always super like accepting of you. There's not like a competition. Um, Everyone wants to like support each other. Because it's just like everyone's like on a big team to put on a great performance. And it's a very great community, and it can help you build your confidence just being on stage. And that's just part of the things that I love about acting.
Mm.
And things that I do to overcome stage fright are I don't know if everyone can do this, but you could definitely try practicing it because I'll get very nervous when I'm about to go on stage, but I try to turn that nervousness and like anxiety into excitement. So instead of being like, oh, what if I like fall on stage? What if I don't like hit this high note or something? Try to think of like, oh, but like, what if I do? And like, what if I get like a standing ovation or something? Try to get like excited for your performance. But then if that doesn't work or if you haven't like perfected that skill yet, you could always just try dancing. And I think this can also occur to things that aren't just acting. Like if you have like a job interview or if you do like a sport and you're about to try out for it, if you're like driving there and you're in your car or something, um, you could always, if it's like if you could try to turn the anxiety into excitement thing, or you could try the dancing thing because even because if you're in like your car or if you're in like a waiting room, you probably don't have a lot of like room to dance around. But if you just try to like think of like a song that you really like and that brings you a lot of joy, like a very energetic and fun song that you just love to sing, try to get that stuck in your head or try to think of like the melody and then start like dancing in your head almost. Like imagine yourself dancing if you don't have a lot of room to do that where you are. You can always just try to imagine yourself dancing.
And create a visual for yourself,
Yeah.
like a vision of how you want things to turn out.
Hmm.
Um, So that's really interesting. That is a great tip, by the way. And I just, I really enjoy hearing that because I see gratitude in that. Like turning nervousness into excitement is the same as focusing on the negative or focusing on the positive, right? You can focus on all the things that could go wrong, but like you said, what if you get a standing ovation? And it doesn't mean that if that doesn't happen, then, it isn't still an amazing thing that you did. But I just love that, going from nervousness to excitement is as easy as thinking of something great that could happen, thinking
Mhm.
of something you would then be grateful for. So that's like another mindset. I don't want to say trick, but like strategy, a mindset
Mhm.
strategy. And I remember you sharing that with me a while ago. And now I see you up on stage and it's like you're a pro up there. Like you're living it, you're doing it, you're walking your talk, and it's just amazing. Um, so anything else you want to share about that?
Yes, actually, because I just remembered another strategy that I sometimes use. Um, it's like if you're not really a big dancing person and you can't do the first strategy, then if you probably have like a happy memory, something maybe it has something to do with like family or when you were with your friends, and you just really felt like super happy and excited. Um, you could try to think of that because that kind of tells your anxiety like quiet down. Because if you're not focusing on your nerves and anxiety, then like you won't feel it. So if you're about to go in, you could just think of like a time where you would just really like super happy and positive, and then you can like get that feeling back from that memory.
Yeah, and that's really intelligent what you're talking about because it really is about your nervous system and how your nervous system perceives the reality. So if you're feeling nervous and you're focused on that, you're going to feel more nervous. But if
Yeah.
you focus on something else and and also with the dancing, I love the dancing because you're actually like dancing it out, right? Any kind of
Yeah.
stress in your body.
And especially if it's like in your head or something, you could really just like dance however you want. Um, just do like your absolute favorite dance, no matter like how crazy it looks.
Yeah, because whether you're physically dancing to get out the nerves, whether it's, backstage or, um, maybe it's in your house before a Zoom call interview, like you said, a job interview, you're like physically getting it out. But if you can't do that, then your mind is perceiving the outcome and your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference if it really happened or not. It's just putting yourself in that feeling like you said. That's so important, and that's really important too when you're wanting to create anything, any kind of outcome. It's just being able to visualize it in your mind.
Yeah.
So that's super smart and super helpful, so thank you for sharing that. So who are you most grateful for?
Well, my definitely like my top number one person is definitely my mom. And like very, very close behind is really my whole family, like extended too. But my mom has always just been like there for me. She's always been able to comfort me. And she's always very supportive of like my acting too. And she's came because she's always like come to like every single one of my shows, no matter how many times she's seen it.
Mm, yeah, that's beautiful. Your mom is a special, special person. She really does so much. She really does. So that's really nice. And Um, you mentioned something about the acting community being a big part of what you love about acting.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that because the number one thing that affects our happiness is our relationships.
Hmm.
And so, just being able to like really acknowledge your mom for everything she's done for you and just being this important person in your life is just, it's so good to like really appreciate that. And then also, I love how you're appreciating your community because it's the relationships. It's not just about, what you're doing in terms of your skills and your acting performance and whether or not it goes well or it doesn't go well, but it's just, I love that you're just really appreciating the whole experience of it and the interaction with the other people and those relationships and those friends that you've made. I think that that is so important. So when you're practicing gratitude, it's important to include other people in your gratitude journal and things about them that you're grateful for. So if you write that you're grateful for your family, you can go a little bit deeper with that and you can write down specific people and
Hmm.
specific things about those people, those friends. And that just gives you an even more enriching experience when you practice gratitude. Um, is there anything else you want to share about practicing gratitude or being grateful?
Um, well, I also think that everyone should have a a person or like just something that they're like the most grateful for. Because it doesn't even have to be like a person. It could be like a pet, or it could be like it could even be like a stuffed animal or something, like something that just gives you like comfort and secureness. Just I think that can really help with gratitude, just having that one thing that you're like the most grateful for.
Yeah, I think that's nice. And and then write about it in your journal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, awesome. All right. Well, I want to talk a little bit about just how you can take your gratitude practice to the next level so that you can make 2025 awesome. So, in episode 1 of the Gratitude to Bliss show, I walk you through a very simple gratitude practice I call vitamin G. So, if you haven't seen that episode or listened to it, go ahead and check that out. But if you if you set an intention, this is one of the things I talk about in that episode is when you set an intention for your gratitude practice, it can really help you create whatever it is that you want to create in your life. And with the new year upon us, it's a really good time for thinking about what we want to bring into our lives. So whether it's um, a job opportunity, or maybe you want to meet your soulmate, maybe you want to find a new home, have a baby, have financial freedom, better health, whatever it is. When you want to create something and you start with gratitude, you're better able to bring those things into your life. And that is because we cannot really create anything in our life if we're in a state of lack. Like Rosabella said, like if you're in if you have that empty feeling, it's hard to create what you want. Whatever you want to create, like Rosabella is creating this beautiful acting career for herself. Um, if if you want to create better health for yourself, it's important to like fill your cup and feel grateful and to appreciate the importance of that. So as you look at the year ahead, thinking about what your dreams are, just remember to practice gratitude and remember that that's going to help you to create what it is that you want to have. So we have to end soon, but I want to take a moment for our wheel of gratitude. So Emily, our producer, is going to spin the wheel for us. Emily, please let us know what it lands on today.
Okay, today the wheel landed on self-gratitude.
Self-gratitude. Oh, this is such a great one. So I recommend that everyone think of something they're grateful for about themselves every day when they write in their journal. So one thing on your list could be something about yourself. And this is so important because a lot of times we don't really take any time to appreciate all of our accomplishments and or just appreciate things about ourselves. And when we do that, it just helps us get to know ourselves better and to be more in alignment with our true self. So just take a moment now to think of something about yourself that you're grateful for. And Rosabella, do you want to share anything that you're grateful for about yourself?
Well, I'm definitely grateful for my positivity and like everything that I was able to talk about on this podcast.
Oh, I'm so grateful for that too. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to end now. I just want to remind everyone to check out episode 1 of the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host, and this is my niece, Rosabella, signing off now. Thank you so much, Rosabella, for sharing all your insights and wisdom and for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Bye, everybody. Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in to the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host, and I want to remind you to check out episode 1 and create your own powerful vitamin G practice and let gratitude work magic in your life. To help you add that special sauce, download your free guided meditation, Nourishing Gratitude, at gratitudetobliss.com. Do you have a gratitude story to tell? Has gratitude helped you overcome a challenge in your life? Or are you going through a rough time and need some extra support? Go to gratitudetobliss.com/contact and send us your story to be a featured guest on the show so you can inspire others with your story or get inspired to break through whatever you are struggling with. Remember, I love you. Take your vitamin G. One thing I know for sure is that life is a blessing. We aren't meant to feel stressed, overwhelmed, and anxious on a daily basis. We are meant to feel calm, healthy, and strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. If you've been struggling with stress, if you want to boost your mood, increase your energy, balance hormones, and create greater mental clarity and focus, if you want to lose excess weight and keep it off, I invite you to check out Calm, Healthy, and Fit, my 3-month group coaching program that is all about you and making yourself a priority. We are going to set achievable goals, create healthy habits around food and lifestyle, and support each other in a group setting. Join us and visit gratitudetobliss.com/group coaching to learn more.